Hello, hello.
Hello.
Ocholi Okutepa is my name.
I'm Julia Okutepa.
All right, so we're excited to be coming to you today just to share a few thoughts with you. And just in case it's your first time on this channel, we've got loads of videos that you need to see. All right, if you got friends, family, even enemies, share the video to them and other videos on this channel. One of the things you're guaranteed if you do that is that they will receive value. And some people's deliverance actually rest on what you share with them concerning this channel. And I think that shouldn't even be a factor. But if you are not subscribed to this channel, you are missing. It's good to hit the subscribe button so that you can get videos right on time when they drop. All right, so today my wife asked me just like a minute ago, what are we talking about? I refused to tell her because I want it to be as natural, as truthful, as realistic as truth can be. All right, so I just want to talk about making, your marriage exciting. How do you keep your marriage exciting in a world that is quite busy, quite tough, quite hard, I must say. This world is full of stuff. Your life may be, on the right part, feeling cool about it, but the world is what the world is, all right? The crisis in the world is still the crisis in the world. Financial pressure is still what financial pressure is. So you may have a great person, but if you don't know how to navigate the world, you may not be able to, as it were, create the right experience. So how do you keep your marriage exciting in a world where you have to pay bills? How do you keep your marriage exciting in a world where there are lots of trouble? How do you keep your marriage exciting in a world where you're pressured in different respects? How do you keep your marriage exciting in a world where sometimes you get tired of the very spouse? She's now wondering, is it me used for that kind of bad example? So how do you keep your marriage exciting?
Take out the pressure.
Take out the pressure. Is it trash? How do you take out the pressure?
Don't communicate it to your partner.
Oh, don't communicate the pressure to let me learn. I'm listening.
Don't communicate the frustration to your partner. Now, all those pressures you feel externally, they're going to make you want to react a certain way, want to feel a certain way, and to pour out that frustration. Don't take it out on your partner.
Okay, not that you should not communicate it to them.
Communicate it, but do don't not communicate
okay.
the frustration.
I get. So don't channel it on your partner.
Yes, take out the bile, take out the frustration you feel, and communicate it in terms where that can be a productive conversation.
So in essence, you are sharing the burden with them.
Yes.
And not dumping the burden on them.
Yes, and not making them the cause of the pressure.
So what happens when they do not know how to receive the communication of the pressure? Because sometimes you're trying to share this burden and your partner is simply not understanding, not cooperative, or not even trying to help you carry the burden. What do?
I think in communication, there's what you want to say and there's how you say it and how the person
you're still bringing it back to the person. It. Yeah, good, that perception. If the person is not perceiving it right, what do? Because you're under pressure, you want to have an exciting marriage, you're not dumping it on them, you're just trying to have marriage. And having marriage here is you're sharing each other's burden. And your partner is either callous, not paying attention, not being caring, or even shutting out your pressure. What do? Because you need to be able to communicate and share the pressure to have an exciting marriage. What do?
Yeah, sometimes with the communication, you need to, timing is key. Because there are times...
You're still blaming the person. Let's say you have done the whole thing. Timing, what would you do?
Patience. Yeah, no, sincerely. Patience. Because sometimes we want them to receive it at that particular time and respond exactly the way we picture them responding in our minds. You get creative with the way that you communicate that pressure. Now, you can't always predict or stereotype your partner's response. Yeah. But to the best of your ability, you can manage it because your words are powerful and they can influence their action and reaction. So I would think of the best time. It's not when I know you lost the deal or you had a tough time and then I'm coming to, mount in the pressure. Timing, making it communicating it in a creative way is key.
Okay, so in essence, part of why we're saying this is it takes two to tango, like they say. You can have an exciting marriage when you're not on the same page, all right? And you will be frustrated if you cannot communicate your frustration to your partner, which will be one of the killers of the excitement of the marriage. So in essence, why Julia is saying this, that your partner is a key person in keeping the excitement. Your partner is a key person in your managing your own pressure. So even when they are not necessarily absorbing the pressure you're trying to communicate or participating in how you survive it, you need to actually be patient to enlist their support. Because what will happen if you don't get your partner's, involvement and support for the pressure you're facing is you begin to resent them. Because you need someone who can sympathize, empathize, and participate with you. So one of the things you do, and that's why there are a lot of marriages today where we are irritated at each other. We're irritated because we could not navigate with patience, like Julia said, when our partners were not necessarily as helpful as we wanted them to be. Because your partner is not going to always be as helpful as you want. Because you're going to bring some subject that your partner may not totally understand. Your partner may not always perceive your pressure to the degree to which you are feeling the pressure. So one of the things you do, I know I tried to stop you from putting the excuse on this person because I wanted to really press you for an answer. But sometimes it's not even your partner's fault because some of us don't constructively communicate our pressure. All right, what we think is communication is we're actually dumping it. It's just like murmuring and complaining. Murmuring and complaining is not, there are times you worry your partner by how much you are complaining, you are bitter, you are angry, you are tired, my office, my this, my that. Do you get what I mean? So your partner may also become tired and not be able to, take the communication and participate in it. All right. So we are addressing you because you are likely the one, all right, who will be on that receiving end. So one of the things you do, review how you are communicating. That's the point you're coming to with timing, tone, and all of it. You need to review how you are even communicating this, your pressure. All right?
Okay, let me put you on the spot right now. You are facing, just find any pressure that you are facing externally.
Men always face money pressure.
Okay, communicate money pressure to me as per dumping. And then communicate it differently as per you now telling me something.
Okay, let me give a very practical example.
Yes.
Very, very practical. Imagine, practical because, so in my house, I'm the chief light switch off person. I'm the one who tries to make sure, you're not using the light on the corridor, have it off. You're outside the room, have the lights in the room off. And my wife and our children are the classic example of the people who obeyed God when God said, let there be lights.
We love lights.
They
we
just,
are children.
And I am the primary concerned party when it comes to bill because I'm the one who have to think about how the family finance is safe for all of us. No matter how your wife contributes as a man or participates as a man, last, if things fail, it's you they'll look at. So I'm the chief, concerned person. So imagine you are going through financial pressure. Rather than sit with your spouse and communicate so that you can engage Matthew 18:19, if any two officials agree as touching anything, you'll be done of them of our Father. Rather than that's constructive, that's a good way. Babe, there's a lot of pressure. I expected this deal is not coming through yet, or so and so deal failed. That's constructive communication. All right. And I've been talking about this light thing. It gives me a little bit of pressure when I see lights on all the time in areas we don't need it. And I don't want to speak to you in a disrespectful manner, but it hurts me. Now that's communication. The person is learning to know that you're under pressure, not just under pressure. Things around the house aggravate this pressure, right? But it's a different thing when you just come into the house, one light is on. You want to kill me in this family. After all my suffering, what is this? But at that point, what's going on is you're engaging in what will cause more trouble. All right. At that point, you're engaging in what would not bring about solution because it's not constructive. It's not communicating. All right. It's communicating frustration, not communicating a point. Okay. So you may feel justified to do that, but people do a lot of justifiable things that do not keep marriages running. All right. So it's so important to go back to that.
And I can tell you something. This will not come cheap. It will come from self-control. You withholding the frustration you feel, putting it aside, throwing it out, and communicating productively. Exactly. It will come from a place of self-control.
All right. So we're going to cut this here, but in the next conversation, we would continue this very topic on how to keep your marriage exciting. We've just dealt with one, communicating the frustration, managing the frustration in keeping the marriage exciting. All right. In the next video, we'll continue on other points on how to keep the marriage exciting. Again, share this video, subscribe to this channel, and just keep getting blessed. Come your way again. God bless you.
Bless you.